I believe in speed.
Yes. Okay.
Power.
You try and we see.
Power and speed solves many things.
Yes.
Hey, that actually really... Well, I guess it kind of worked. American flirt. Crap. Fuck. Oh, God. What the fuck? Okay then. New episode of BeamNG Drive. It's been a long time since I've done a BeamNG Drive episode. In this episode, we're going to be doing off-roading. We're not going to be using this truck for the most of it. Let's just see how far we can get with this truck. So, right now, completely fine. This is just basic off-roading. Although I can imagine you're not very comfortable inside that cabin because, you see, when we hit some stuff, it kind of bounces around like that. Because I'm an idiot. That crap. Anyway, you just try and drive here. The first obstacle, this rock. Now in this thing I would want to avoid it, but just to show you, let's go over it. And then you hit a bunch of crap on the frame and, I don't know, just all that stuff. But watch how that's definitely very uncomfortable inside of there. But we're gonna go till we can't go anymore. Which, so far with this truck, with just that normal four-wheel drive system and open differentials, it's working really well, as I say it. Let's see if we can fake the differential. So we're going to give it some brake. Yeah, it doesn't want to go. So this is as far as we can go pretty much by just taking the path straight up. So let's just reset this. And the car, well, I guess this would be considered a truck. This thing right here would be considered a truck because it's body on frame. I customized this one and it's normal, but it's also off-road. Here we are. So you can obviously see this thing sits up really high. The nice thing about this is that on a normal road, it's a super smooth and comfortable SUV. Well, it is a truck because it has a body on frame. It's not a unibody. Here we go, let's get up here. Well, let's see how far we can get in this before we need to put on some locking differentials. Like going over these rocks, who cares? And plus you can see, it's a lot more it's, as I say, it's not as bouncy, but you know what I mean. It's a lot more smooth going off-road here. Especially with my dumbass around the wheel, it's going to be very bouncy because the way I like to off-road is floor it and hope for the best. But you can see, we haven't even locked our differentials yet. And we're doing good. Probably because of all that extra ride height. And the suspension is pretty soft, so it has a lot of flex to it, so you'll have all of the wheels on the ground relatively at most points. Unless you're doing a lot of rock crawling. Which, this is... I haven't even locked the differentials yet. Because without the differentials being locked, the tires just spin at whatever speed they want to. So if one tire's in the air, all the power is going to be sent to that wheel. Whereas if you lock the differential, it forces the wheels to spin at the same speed. Which if you're on the road is not good, because what that means is that when you're on the road, it will like do some crap and bind some crap up, and it could break everything. Okay, yeah, this is really easy. I would like to go on the inside view, but I know a lot of people just want to see what does this truck look like while it's going over all this stuff. Let's see what we got here. Okay, this is our first issue right here. I think this rock we're going to go around because we're at quite a weird, awkward angle to try and go over that. So we're just going to try and go over it, and then we're going to have to deal with that rock too. It works better when I just try to put my wheel on it. Okay, looks like we're going to lock our differentials now. Just locking the rear helps, but let's just go full out, and rear is also locked now. So I've backed up a little bit. Now let's just try to go over this. Well, it made it over it, that's for sure. We're going to keep our differentials locked as we go over everything. And I don't really see a point to turning on low range gearing. Although right here, low range gearing could help. See, so right here, and then if I put it in low range, it can climb it easier because it's able to put more torque on the ground while going slower. So here's this. Okay. This is really steep, and considering we have normal tires, normal road tires, this is doing really well. these are the normal tires that you would just have if you were driving on the road, casual, not even, you know, off-road focused. And they're doing actually really well. These tires aren't having to do too much work here. Although, they are doing a decent amount of work. But considering that these are just standard tires, not off-road focused, they're really well. This is what you get on the 2500 series of the D25, which is a... Okay, game. Hello? Okay, game just froze for about 1 minute, and then it kept going. Okay, this is good, done. Let's see what we have next up here. Oh god. Yeah, your suspension isn't gonna like that, that's for sure. Oh god, I think I fucked the suspension. Oh god. Yeah, that suspension is pretty fucked. Let's have a close look at that. I think we hit right here and it just like shoved the suspension back. Okay. We are gonna reset sometimes. But if there is a point where I think that we are traction limited, I'm going to switch to a different model, which is the same exact thing as this, but it just has better tires, and it's also completely black. I don't know why I changed the color to black. Probably to match the wheels or something. I don't know. But right here, yeah, it's good. You're not being beat up. If you were in the truck somehow, and you were still here, you'd be beaten up by all these rocks. But so far, we're doing actually really good. Okay, here's the point where ground clearance does matter a lot. You don't want to drown your car or truck. So we're going to try and stick to the edge. There we go. We didn't drown it. That's good. Because we don't have a snorkel on this. If I need to, I will add a snorkel. But so far, this thing has been nice and good. It hasn't had too many issues. And when we're done with this, I know I'm going to be resetting the vehicle a lot because we're probably going to roll over. Well, crap. It's gonna tip. What the fuck? Okay then. I don't understand this. 3 of my 4 tires have been popped. I'm just gonna be interested in how far I can go with completely popped tires. Well, you're gonna be beaten up because the rim is gonna be hitting the rocks and crap, so it's not gonna be that smooth. So far, no issues. I'm just doing this for fun to see. Like, I would normally just reset it so that my tires would be fixed, but like, I don't see a reason to yet. And if we get into any issues, I'm going to do we're just going to floor it. That's the American way. Okay. American. Floor. Crap. Fuck. Cock. Fuck. Crap. Okay. Gonna go into the interior. Oh, God. Jesus. Yeah, American way. It's great. You're going to screw your suspension completely doing this, but my tires are... Stop randomly freezing on me. I'm just waiting for this thing to stop because seriously, it's still going. Yet I have Jesus. How's the suspension still even alive? Seriously, answer that to me. Once I refresh this vehicle, I'm going to actually try to do this, but at the moment, I'm just trying to kill this thing so that I have a reason to actually refresh the vehicle. There we go, come on, you can do it, truck. Okay, so I think it's about time to refresh this, as our suspension is actually kind of screwed. There we go. And let's see how much easier it is to get, yeah, see, so with the pop tires, we kind of slid down that. But like this, it's doing actually really, really well. It's just kind of bouncy. And the bounce that you're seeing is not like rough type of, you know, stiff bouncing. It's rebound. Oh god, no, crap. Okay, fuck. Oh god, no, not that direction. No, crap. Well, crap. And as I said, we would roll this over. Oh, your head has been smashed in. That's nice. There we go. So my idea is let's try to go and at it slow. Why? How did we? This trail isn't exactly the best. It's really fun. So if you want to have fun, go to this map called American Roads. It is a really fun map. It has more than just this. It's a huge map. It's not as huge as the Tennessee map that there is, which is a mod. This is like 42 square miles of road, which is actually a lot for this game. Most maps are 1.6 square miles. Oh, we're about. I am surprised I didn't see engine flooding happen on the top left of the screen. That's actually really good. Obviously, it's really good. Okay, Rock. Fuck a duck and fuck you. Seriously. I know you're rock solid, but can you please just kind of be a little bit softer and move out of the way? Okay, this is the easy part. I've noticed the four-wheel drive system in this thing doesn't exactly... oh, Jesus. It's what the I'm going over... okay, that didn't make sense at all. I was going over something invisible. The four-wheel drive system in this, though, I found that sometimes when you're kind of stuckish, it kind of like jitters and stuff, and it struggles to send power to the front in a way. Okay, here's more of the rock section. Also, if it does a lot of rock crawling, I'm gonna... okay, yep, that totally makes sense. It totally makes sense that there's invisible stuff here. I know, it actually is probably really hard to make this because of how many different objects there are. Okay, we're gonna try and come in at that different... oh god, we're inside of a rock. Let's try to come in at that angle. Yeah, there we go. Just, yeah, it's stupid. See, look at all this articulation happening in the back. That wheel's all the way up in the air, and this wheel's all the way hanging down. That's the nice thing about having a live axle rear suspension. Even though both of the wheels are connected directly to each other, so it is not the best for handling. Who cares how it handles? This is a truck, but it makes it so that you can have a lot of articulation. Just do more of this stuff. This is actually really fun. I would recommend doing this if you have BeamNG Drive. This is really fun. It's even more fun when you have a wheel because just the feedback of feeling the rocks as you go over stuff. Of course, I put power steering on this vehicle because the game feels super weird with without power steering. The cars have like certain points of them where they're really hard, and then after that, super light to steer. It's weird. So I just like using power steering. Without power steering, though, the wheel would be flying a bit more, because as you hit rocks, it would kind of like jolt the wheel a lot more. Which is why in real life, wrong button. Which is why in real life you want to keep your thumbs out of the wheel, because you could get thumbs chopped off, especially if you're in a really old vehicle that has not that good of power steering, like a really old truck. We're gonna not go over that rock right there. We're gonna take this route, and then this thing only has 250 horsepower. I have a big V8. my grandma's minivan has a 3.8 liter V6, and it has 200 horsepower. Very, very underpowered. It weighs 6,000 pounds. Oh jeez, it's back. I kind of like Escalade weighs less than that. I think I might have said that before in videos, but yeah. Yeah, this thing is just eating up terrain. It has a few spots where it has sweat, but it hasn't broke a sweat, mainly. But in some areas, it has. Just look at this articulation. Holy Jesus. Axle is flat. Body. Oh, Jesus. That's a lot. It's just so articulated. And the front is an independent suspension. It can't articulate as much, but it's a lot better for handling. So I don't know why this is a independent front suspension. I don't know. Don't ask me. Let's see what we got up here. So there's a big rock right there. I like big rocks. Well, it's actually been a while since I've reset this vehicle. That's good. Let's go right over that rock. Interesting thing is that I've actually have the front suspension lowered and the rear raised. 0.01 meter of raise in the rear and 0.01 negative. Yep, that totally makes sense. Hitting stuff that's invisible. See, so it actually kind of hurts you when you're off-roading because you don't know exactly where your wheels are going to hit. So when it's invisible, it's kind of hard to go over that type of terrain. Okay, I have a feeling this is going to be hard. Not what she said, that's what I said. Let's go to the front. Well, some of our front bumper, this is our front bumper. Some of our front fascia is kind of messed up. Probably from the front bumper being hit and then hitting up onto it. But, so, okay, game. This is actually quite tough because I have no clue where everything's going to hit. Okay, now this we're going to come in at an angle. Who knew? For some bumps you would have to come in for an angle even with something like this. Okay, now that's not going to work. So...
I believe in speed.
Okay.
Power.
You try and we see.
Power and speed solves many things.
Yes.
Hey, that actually really... Well, I guess it kind of worked. It's just been... to pull it back. There we go. 15-point maneuvering. It's great. Let's get into the interior for a little bit. Which, because I don't have like a spotter, because this isn't real life, I don't have a spotter, so I just kind of have to guess where my wheels are and what to do. Did I say about having power steering though? In BeamNG drivers, you can steer so much faster, so much smoother. It does reduce the steering feel of what you can feel when you hit stuff. Just like real life, if you have a car that doesn't have power steering, you don't feel the road as much with a car that has power steering. But with a car that doesn't have power steering, you feel every little hole, every little crevice in the road. Well, crap. Try to get... Oh, you can really see it. It wants to articulate even more. It just can't, though. So I think I'm gonna... Well, we're on the edge of tipping over. There we go. That's good. Okay, this right here. Let me just back up a little. This right here shows you the use of a locking differential. Especially if you were coming up this. See, look. So if I don't have my differentials locked, I can't move. It's literally impossible, but then if you give it a little bit of brake, you can kind of fake it to get it to move. But locking differential is just better than that. Wrong button. Nope. Lock. Nope. Crap. I'm just full of wrong buttons today. Look here. Oh, Jesus, that's a big rock. That's a big rock. Well, that was actually way easier than I was expecting. Okay, truck, you're doing pretty well. If you take the right vehicle and modify it correctly, it can be something that, you know, could go off-road maybe a little bit into something that can do this, even in real life. You just change some you might have to spend a lot of money on it, maybe upwards of $10,000. But you can take something like this, add some lock-in differentials, like change them out, that sort of thing, and then you have a really good off-road vehicle. As long as you're not dumb as long as you're not dumb like me, and you flip it 24/7. Question is, what trail do we want to go up? Let's see which trail looks harder, and then go up that one. So this trail is a lot steeper. Okay, that's going to be really, really steep, and this looks really hard. And then this actually looks quite easy. This is almost like Truth or Dare on TFL Truck, if you ever watched that.
On the left here, this is the Dare side. On the right, Truth. The Dare side is more difficult.
So they have Cliffhanger, which is like the rocky hill that they go up. One side is Truth, and one side is Dare. I say let's go up both. Let's go up what would be the equivalent of Truth first. Although it might be, who knows. We'll see which one is harder. Okay, this is going to be hard if I'm already stuck right here. Explore it so that we keep our momentum up. The one thing about off-roading, you want momentum, especially if your vehicle's having a really hard time going over stuff. If you can keep momentum up, that will help you dramatically, especially for loose surfaces and all that type of stuff. Like if you're going over loose rocks. This is actually pretty easy. And then you got two big rocks at the end. There we go. So now we're gonna reset and then go up what would be considered, I would say, like there or something like that. That seemed pretty easy, but we're gonna go to the outside camera because actually the outside camera in this type of situation does help me because I'm able to see more. I can see where the wheels are, where I need to place them. Okay, this is actually not as hard. Yeah, this is not as hard. Well, anyway, one side is harder than... Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, that really shot this thing into there. And this is a huge behemoth of a truck. So now, I can just... Okay, that's going to hit on the rear axle, and that's not going to work. I'm surprised that went over the front suspension. That rock right there. So we're going to go around. How long is this trail? This might be actually a pretty long video. But... Oh, crap. Yep, this is going to be pretty much tire limited, I would assume. Okay, let's kill all momentum. This will tell us if this really is tire limited. Okay, if we kill all momentum, it does seem to be tire limited. Although if you kind of feather it, you could probably get it up. Like right there. Yeah, that was pretty much tire limited. Okay, what I've done is I just got the same thing, just a little bit different, which the only difference is that this one has more off-road focused wheels. They're not more off-road focused wheels, they are off-road focused wheels. So, well, I have a slight issue here. I don't think I took the right line. Or I'm gonna try to get a little bit of momentum. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna stop right here, lose all of our momentum, and see if it's easier or not to crawl up this with these wheels. Oh yeah, that's a definite yeah. Definite. That's a definite yes. So we're gonna remove this because I don't need the extra lag. Remove current. Okay, I just tweaked the suspension so the bumps and all this type of stuff is a bunch, well, not a bunch, but it's a little bit smoother. I didn't change the ride height or anything like that. So now we're gonna just do all the same stuff. I don't know why I did that, but we'll see if there's any difference. Well, what I can tell you is that it kind of rebounds a bit more. That is definite. So right here we're doing a lot of rock crawling. I like this trail so much because it has the rock crawling, it has the going through a little bit of like a river, well, more of a small, well, big stream, I guess you could say. And it's just doing all of it really well. As long as you are a smart driver, unlike me, you can go up this really well and easily. And even this thing, non-off-road focused wheels, as I say that. What we're gonna need here is momentum, that's for sure. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. Crap. Okay, now let's try and floor it up this, even though we have less kinetic. Okay, that worked. The momentum helped. Because when your wheels are spinning, you don't have as much static friction. You want a bunch of static friction. Static friction is better. You will have more traction, especially to get up to certain things like that. I know, blah, blah, blah. School's not starting yet, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to learn about science-y crap. Yeah. Well, I don't care what you say. Okay, that rock does not look right. And I also made the suspension softer just in general, which might give me a little bit more articulation. Although I think the articulation is now just down to how far the spring is stretching. That's going to be hard. And that's going to be very steep and hard. We might need better tires for that, that's for sure. But who knows? Just get over this and then there. Let's try to just keep our momentum up with this. We can keep our momentum. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the momentum is what saved us. I couldn't believe trying to stop on that hill. Okay, let's check both of these trains out. Let's see which one's better. Oh, Jesus, you're fucked if you try to go up that. So yeah, I guess we're gonna have to go to the right. Oh, this is gonna be some nice hills. Yes, I can't wait to do this. This is gonna be so fun. We might have to make this 2 parts, because I don't want to make a hugely long video. So, you thought I was gonna say so hopefully you like this episode and goodbye, but no. We're gonna do a little bit more. And this, oh crap, come on. I don't care, I'll show it the, oh god, we're about to fall off a cliff, floor it, yeah, crap. That might not be what you want to do if you want to try and be careful, floor it. But I saw it as, we need a bunch more power so we can just get out of that situation. Oh, Jesus, fucking crap. Okay. I knew that was going to catch me, so I floored it. That's good. So I didn't get caught on it. Let's go up. Yeah, if you make a mistake up here, well, you're dead. See what I was saying about this? See how it's kind of not putting down the power correct smoothly? I have to reverse a little bit, and then try and come at this at a different angle and not go directly on the rock. Oh yeah, that rock right there, down there, was probably causing us not be able to move. The articulation. Oh, once again with the invisible crap. Oh, crap. So this is going to be a series called BeamNG Drive Off-Roading Series. hopefully you liked this episode. We're going to try to make it over this with a few more modifications to this roamer in the next episode. So, hopefully you liked this episode, and goodbye.